welcome to Fire Talk. Today, we have a special guest with us, Miss Mansi Motwani. She has been a student of the prestigious National Fire Service College. She has been a wonderful academician and she bagged three gold medals, one in her own branch, one all over the B branch, and the third one all over the BTech branch. And because of her outstanding results and personality, she was able to bag the campus placement for the reputed Numaligarh refinery in 2019. And after that, she has been a no stop. She, within a span of 1 year, she has achieved a lot. Being recruited as a fire and safety officer, she had been included in various safety programs, audits, and reviews. And right now, she's also working in the VR technology. And I welcome you, ma'am, on the stage. And let's start our question and answer session. So, ma'am, my first question and the
Yeah,
very
sure.
basic
Thank
question.
you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. My first and the very basic question is that, ma'am, you were the topper at the college level. You were really good with the books. You are really good with the ground, I know. So, what overall perspective you have related to fire and safety? Means, if a student like me want to know that, what perspective should I know about the fire and safety from the book perspective as well as from the field perspective? So, what would you like to tell about that, ma'am?
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much for the great introduction. Now, I'll tell you briefly about what is fire and safety. So, first of all, I'll tell you what is fire. We all know the definition of fire, that it is an exothermic reaction, and we know about the concept of fire triangle, fire tetrahedron, and all that. You will get into the books or internet.
Yes.
Uh, Basically, in the fire field, this fire is basically the reactive approach. So if there is any fire or incident, what we'll do after that, like extinguishing the fire, then fire suppression system, and all these systems include in fire, mainly in the fire. And in the safety part, it is mainly the planning and infrastructure design aim to reduce the risk of fire. It is a
Yes, ma'am.
proactive approach that we do not want to have the incident to happen. So what are the approaches we are doing to reduce that risk is mainly the safety approach. Okay, so like
Yes, ma'am.
we are doing lots of audits and doing the QRA, that is the quantitative risk assessment, HAZOP study. All these comes under the safety part. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
so this is the mainly difference between the fire and safety.
Yeah.
So if you want to know about the ground perspective of fire, so we all know that we have to do lots of drills so that we can physically be able to handle all the situations which we are going to face in the near future. Like
Yeah, sure,
if
ma'am.
you are going to work in any industry or any sort of uh, uh, in the field of fire, so you will face lots of difficulties, and how to tackle that situation, that you will learn in the ground.
Yeah, definitely, ma'am. And that was a very elaborative and a very brief answer also. And with that, next question that raises to my mind is like, ma'am, you are a safety officer, so you go to your workplace, and on any particular day, what is the prime concern on your mind? Like today, on regular basis, like every day, that first priority that yes, now I'm going to work. This I should must ensure at my workplace that this should be right. This should be right. Prime concern of the day, ma'am.
Yes. Actually, I'm working in a very hazardous place.
Oh,
Oil refinery is a very hazardous place. So
yes,
there are
ma'am.
lots of works which are going on. Currently, my refinery is going to get expanded from 3 mmTPA to 9 mmTPA. So lots going on. So we have to ensure that the work which is going on, that is going safely or not. So our prime job is to just check out every work which is going in the refinery. So we go for safety surveillance, we interact with people, we just check their behavior on the basis of safety, what they are doing. Like if they are doing any unsafe act or any unsafe condition, we just counsel them so that they do not do that activity again, and we
Yes.
can reduce the risk of any incident occurring in the near future. So this is our main purpose, that we do lots of safety surveillance daily, so that we can give we can reduce the risk of
Yes, ma'am.
any incident in the refinery.
Yes, ma'am. Definitely. And ma'am, I have also heard somewhere that the safety and productivity goes hand in hand. Ma'am, is it right? Means
Yes.
uh, safety is so important that it impacts the productivity, although it is not directly related to it. So,
Yes, it is important.
yeah, so with that, ma'am, like you told us about various work you have to do and go manage in a hazardous situation. Although in today's world we all talk about equality, but somewhere means it's always a little bit difficult for women to work in such challenging situations. And as a fire officer, how do you cope up with that? And like many women fire officers are coming up and fire engineers are coming up. Any message for them also, ma'am?
Firstly, I want to say that challenges faced by women and men both are equal. We cannot say that that women cannot face that particular challenge with which boys can face.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
it's not like that. Challenges are equal for both men and women. Yeah, job is a very stressful part, but yeah, I enjoy my job. If there are lots of job, I just give a break and just keep calm and do the work very calmly and composedly. I do my work.
Yeah,
Then after office hour, I
yeah.
just do the physical activity. Like I love playing squash, so after playing
Oh,
squash I just got so much relaxed that i I just keep
chill out.
I just yes, fill out my frustration by playing. I guess one who is feeling very stressed, he should do whatever he or she like to do.
Yeah.
So this way he or she can reduce the risk, reduce the stress in his or her life. And moreover, healthy nutrition is also important, and a good sleep is also important for coping up with the stress.
Yeah, definitely,
So
ma'am.
yeah.
That is even required when you are studying in the college, ma'am. And with this, ma'am, I want to ask you, like me, when I am in my college, I always think that what quality should I inherit that I become a great HSC or fire officer? I mean, every student like us studying in a fire engineering college or doing fire diploma would be thinking that what qualities there should be there in us so that even company catches us, even we after the company catches us we maintain our growth. So these kind of thing goes on mind, ma'am. What traits do you find after going into the Maligarh refinery, meeting other personalities?
So, first point is that we should have discipline in our life. For being a safety officer, you should have discipline in your life, and that is told in our college also. That's why
Definitely.
we have uniform service.
Yes, ma'am.
By wearing uniform, it is like that we are disciplined, but should understand the perspective of each and every people working in the refinery, whether it is the top management people or whether it is the worker. We
Yes,
should
ma'am.
understand this and understand the situation of each and every person. We should
Mm.
have talk with them daily or on weekly basis. So
Yeah.
if they are facing any problem, we can solve that problem.
Mm.
So next point is consistency. Yeah, be consistent in that. It's not like that I have did this today, then I will not do it tomorrow. You should
Yes,
have
ma'am.
consistency that yes, I have done this today, then I'll do this tomorrow also. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Then next is accountability. Like if there is any emergency situation, you have to tackle that situation. You should not blame that this is because of the operation people, this is because of maintenance person. You should not blame. You
Yes,
should
ma'am.
be accountable to handle any situation which are occurring in the refined premises.
Yes, ma'am.
Thing.
What should be means learn from approachability?
Approachability, like in my refinery, our functional head is CGM operation.
Okay.
He's at very top level. So he's very approachable. Like you can go and discuss anything with him regarding to safety or any other point. Means if any worker is having any problem, then he should come to us. That approachability should be there between each and every people, so that he
Individuals.
afraid of us. He can share, like if there is any unsafe act or if there is any unsafe condition,
Yes,
he
ma'am.
can come to us and report that this is the unsafe condition, I can't work there. So we'll get the solution for that. So these
Yes.
kind of approachability should be there between us.
Like the approachability of NFSC alumni. Right now, I am
Yeah.
having. With this, I would also I like to ask, means I have got the questions from my college. Like we were all sitting in a hostel and discussing है आखिर जाके काम क्या करना होगा, हम ये किताबें तो पढ़ रहे हैं, मतलब इसका यूज क्या होगा. So ma'am, with this I would like to put the question कि what work do you do, and can you please tell us about Numaligarh Refinery, your organization?
Yeah, sure. In my refinery, there are basically fire is a different and safety is a different section. Okay,
Yes,
but
yes,
it is
ma'am.
considered as a fire and safety department. The
Yes.
person who are handling the fire section are called as shift in charge. So they have
Okay.
to they have to go to any emergency situation. If there is any emergency, they have to have the turnout and they have to go at that particular location along with the crew members. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
and apart from that, they have to do the maintenance job of all the fire related equipments like extinguisher, fire tenders, hydrant, monitor, sprinkler system, deluge wall. Each
Yes,
and
ma'am.
everything they have to maintain, so that in case of emergency, that particular equipment is working. To
Yes, ma'am.
ensure that it is working, we have to do monthly servicing, quarterly servicing, like that.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yes,
the
ma'am.
main purpose of shift in charge fire is that. And in the
Okay.
safety perspective, we have lots of audits like OISD audit.
Hmm.
Then recently we have PESO audit also for the first time. PESO
Okay.
generally didn't go for audit, but for the first time, PESO audit was also conducted.
Yes,
Then
ma'am.
third party audit we do, like MSIHC audit, manufacture, storage, and import of hazardous chemicals. That is the requirement of PESO.
Okay.
So this audit, and the internal safety audit, ISA audit is internally we make a team of 5 to 6 members. That is a multidisciplinary team,
Okay.
and they audit particular units. We assign them a particular unit and they audit that as per OISD,
Okay.
and
Okay, ma'am.
then they give their audit findings. Yeah, and
Okay,
if
ma'am.
OISD come, then they also follow the OISD standard. And apart from that, they have lots of experience by auditing in other petroleum industries. So they sometimes give their suggestions and extra points.
Hmm.
So these all things, audit follow up is done by safety, and like conducting mock drill is done by conducting planning mock drill is done by safety, and successfully conduction is done by fire. We have process safety management, like there are lots of interlocks in the plant area because there are lots of equipments. So we
Yes.
have interlocks in that. So sometimes it's like that, if there was no online system, like every
Yeah.
interlocks they used to write, so alarm used to get buzzing. So
Yes.
sometimes
Yes.
it's like that some major alarm is missed, and because of that there is one incident that has happened. So after that the PSM is implemented in our refinery. So now we are successfully implementing, we are going to successfully implement the process safety management, and in that we have interlock bypass monitoring system. So now earlier there were around 9,000 interlocks which were in bypass condition. but now it has reduced to 2000 interlocks in
Oh,
bypass condition.
great, great.
So we are trying to reduce it to 0, because uh, interlock should never be in bypass condition until and unless there is any emergency or any other situation arise. So
Definitely, ma'am.
we are implementing this, so all these aspects come in safety.
Definitely, ma'am. So, ma'am, with this, I would like to bring my last question on a high note that what did you do for your interview and any message for NFSCNs and the upcoming fire engineers?
I got placed in Vedanta Oil and Gas firstly in January when we were in Delhi Fire Service for training in 8th
Okay.
semester. So I got my interview was very good. He has taken my interview for 30 minutes, and
Okay.
he's also our senior who has taken the interview, and there
Oh,
was one HR. So uh, that was a bit technical interview. He asked me lots of IA standards, OISC standards, and all. For hose, he has asked me what is the standard, what are the different types of hoses
oh,
as per IA standard, and all these stuff. And HR questions are like that. They will ask you, you are a girl, so how will you handle the crew? Like
yeah. I thought
we
I had
know
asked
in the
that question.
fire. So these type of questions are first. So how will
Okay.
you handle the crew? Like in the fire field, I know how the crew are. So he just asked me that also. And he asked me about Blevi. After that, I got placed, and then in May, Numaligarh refinery came for camp. So he asked me a lot about OIC 116, 104, each and everything, because he is working in the refinery. He has the knowledge of all the OIC standards.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
in the starting, he asked me that you know about the OIC standard. Then I said yes, I know. Then he asked me what are the standards you know about, like 116, 105, 118. I told them that I have gone through number of standards, and then I just tell them that I have gone through this. Then he asked me in detail from 116 and 105, because
Okay.
mainly these two standards are being followed in refinery sector in the perspective of fire and safety. So he asked me from that, like OISD 105 is work permit system.
Okay.
So he asked me what are the different types of permits we give, and like what is confined space. And then from 116, he asked me what are the uh, classification of flammable products. So it
Okay.
is given in the OISD standard. He asked me about that. Then he asked me about the experience of NFSC, like in the ground operation.
Yeah.
Uh, and like the questions were HR questions type. After that, he asked me,
Okay. And that
well,
was your very strong part. You rocked on in that HR part.
yes, he asked me, like, I'll tell you one question. What he asked me, in your
Yeah.
career, have you ever felt disappointment after giving your best?
Okay.
So he asked me that type of question. So you have to be very calm and composite to give the answer in the front of interviewer.
Definitely, ma'am.
So I just honestly told each and everything which I felt. And one thing I want to tell to each and every junior, that
Yes.
please be confident while giving the interview. If you don't know, then honestly say that I don't know. Don't try to create the answers in front of them. This will
Yes, ma'am.
create a negative impact, and your introduction part should be strong, because everything depends on your introduction, how you are giving your introduction.
Definitely, ma'am.
So this is the important thing, and each and everything which you are studying should be
Yeah,
in detail. You should know each and everything, so that if interviewer is asking you, then you should be able to answer. If you are
definitely, ma'am.
very much, yeah, if you are very much in depth knowledge of what you have done in internship,
Yes,
then
ma'am.
your introduction should end on the internship part, so that if
Okay.
he asks you anything about internship, you will be able to answer it. If you are in depth in project which you are
Okay.
going to do in third year, so
Okay.
you should take your introduction towards the project, so that
Okay, ma'am.
he can ask you about that, and you can
Yes, ma'am.
easily give each and every answer of that.
Yes, ma'am. Definitely, your juniors will be benefited from your words, ma'am. And with this, I would like to end the session. And
Yeah.
I would like to conclude about the various points that we learned from your field work to qualities you should have, to the tips you gave for the interviewer, as well as how you manage work and everything. And ma'am, I would like to thank you for your valuable time. I know, ma'am, you were very busy and you had network issues, and then also you took out the time for us. And I guess that it will definitely benefit all the NFSCians and other fire diplomats. And I guess that everyone draws the best benefit out of it, and that was the motto of us at Firewale, that at least we bring a platform for the coming NFSCians or generations, because they will be equipped with more coding facilities and more techno pro. And I hope that they all learn from you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for coming and giving a valuable
Oh,
time, ma'am.
you're welcome.
Yeah.